something? Fucking SZA called me a culture vulture.
I seen you and SZA going at it. I seen SZA. I seen SZA voting on some polls. I seen it. I seen
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Dude, it only had like 100 likes or some shit, but some girl tagged me on her story and she had a poll and it said, "Is Adam22 a culture vulture?" And she voted yes.
Yo, I'm gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
honest
real
with
with
you.
you. I couldn't pick SZA out of a police lineup right now. Like, I do not know anything about SZA, so that's pretty cool, honestly.
Okay, just make sure you keep it nice. I remember when I had some light criticisms of SZA, and again, it wasn't the
You
woman.
made fun of her BBL.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, people call me fat all the time and I take it, right? Like it's all good. Like I be just yo, Adam, could we be honest and just admit this? Is anyone more body shamed or like look wise shamed more than me in the whole game? And I have to take it. I have to. No one ever says let's critique Act for his opinion, not for how he looks. Bro, you fat ass chipmunk ass motherfucker. Like they say the worst about me. You know what I've realized about hip hop? No one likes when I take and when I bundle up the same shit they give to me and I put it right back on them. They don't like it. They say anything. They say anything about me, but they don't like it back.
But like you and me both had like very similar takes about the Kendrick interview, and it's funny because like everybody who was quote tweeting me about it was saying like, "You're white, you're a culture vulture," and I was thinking about that when I was driving the other day. I'm like, well, Ag had like the same take. I wonder like what their reasoning is for him, because they're just saying I'm white. I don't know. They probably say like that's your bad opinion because you're fucking Jamaican or something like that.
No. So their opinion on me saying that was that you're sucking Drake's dick so much you can't even see what's going on. And like,
right,
it's it is what it is. Like, by the way, I listened to like just random tidbit. I guess I listened to KSI talking about how he promoted his new song "Thick of It" and how he learned how to use the hate. And for me these days, I use Kendrick fans. I know exactly what to say to have their whole fan base. I like cut a segment out where I'm just violating. They're like, "Oh, let's talk about him. Let's talk about him so much." And then I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I just don't care.
Yeah.
But,
for sure. Kendrick got the worst fans in hip hop.
Wait, hold on. So are you going to respond to SZA or are you going to let it go?
I mean, I gotta like search SZA on Google and figure out who she is because I have no fucking clue. But I've heard she's very popular.
Okay. Let's make sure you keep it light. I remember when
I'm not an R&B guy. It's not really my lane.
Can I ask you one genuine question? Because
sure.
The funny thing about you actually having these opinions is that you're in LA. Put like this. I said some shit about Kendrick and I was joking. They're like, "You joke about Kendrick getting finger popped by his cousin. You could never come back to LA." Like they be saying all type of crazy shit to me. And I'm like, well, maybe you don't make that joke, but like you're pretty critical of like this Kendrick like saint arc that he is beyond reproach and cannot be criticized. But no one says to you, "Hey, you have a studio and you have a whole setup in California. We're gonna make sure that you're out of business or we're gonna run down on you." How do you survive that? Because I remember the day. So I remember the day exactly. In chat, I don't know if I ever told you this. I remember the day exactly. I knew I was going in on SZA. I knew I was going on SZA because she blocked me years ago from when I was on Everyday Struggle. I've been streaming for so long. You know this too. And I'm watching the chat, and I didn't know how she looked. Just like how you say you don't know too much about her. I don't know if you're telling the truth, but I really didn't know. They described her. I said, "Oh, y'all tell me she's like some tall Amazonian chick or whatever." Now I use the B word. I won't lie. But like I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." But I didn't say nothing like, "Oh, I hate her" or whatever the case. I said, "All right, cool." I was gonna interview her the next day. I interview the next day. The vibes are cool. The interview is still up, so it's not like I was like weird or I was trying to be sneaky in the interview. It's still up. Anyway, she leaves the interview, and I guess people find out that she did an interview with us. They sent her the clip of what I said the night before. She hits up Complex and says, "Yo, he said I was probably some tall, weird Amazonian chick. Yo, I don't fuck with y'all." I don't know if she wanted to pull the interview down, but like she was super upset at Complex. Complex are consummate dick suckers. So I remember after the the Migos situation, man, the Migos almost beat Joe's ass, or not really beat, but they were trying to run down to beat his ass. They still, you know what Complex cared about the most? If y'all really want to know how corporate feels about shit, they're like, oh my God, we were supposed to have a whole QC spread. They might not do it. They don't give a fuck about Joe. They don't give a fuck about him. So when I said that, they were like, oh my God, TDE was gonna do something. They might not do it. So I got 2 calls like early that morning. It was like, hey, blah, blah. They was like heavy-handedly pushing me to like apologize. And I was like, bro, like I was on stream. I didn't even, like, I wasn't trying to diss the girl. They're like, well, if you're not, you're like, you should try to make it right. I ended up talking to Dave Free. Dave Free kind of got it. He was more of a human. Like, I never talked to the Punch dude or the other. These guys just seem too old to even understand shit. You know, don't even know what a stream is. So I talked to Dave Free. Dave Free's like, I get it, bro. Whatever. But she does feel away. She's sensitive. That's the first time I heard that. I'm like, wait, she's a celebrity that's sensitive? Like, yes, she's really sensitive. If you just clarified on the same platform you did it at, because everybody else wanted me to do a written apology. Like she's some princess. Like, I am sorry, SZA. Like me reading to the fuck. And I'm like, what the hell? He was like, yo, bro, just clarify it. You're good, bro. Like, we ain't tripping. Cool. Did all that, but she had me blocked for years. And then later she popped on Kai's stream, and Kai was like talking to me right before. I think my name came up. Anyway, she felt offended by me looking at her BBL pictures or whatever the case is. And I started hearing that she was offended by that. She had posted some shit like, oh, this is me with my BBL, right? Because I guess I like looked at the BBL when it was botched. I don't know what the fuck. And I made the decision. I always told people, I made the decision. Let me show you what happens when I really want to offend. Because a lot of times I do, because I don't have no script and I don't give a fuck about these artists. Everybody's been offended by me. Drake, Rihanna, all of these people. I don't give a fuck about y'all like that. Like, I'm just speaking. I'm speaking as a human. I'm not thinking about y'all like y'all kings and queens. So basically, when I realized she's offended, I made the decision, I'm going to show you what it means to really offend. So that's when I really locked down and doubled down on the BBL shit. The next day, you would think it was World War 15. Wack calls me. He says, yo, bro, all the bounty hunt. I don't even know who the fuck the bounty hunters are. He was like, yo, all of these like TDE gang members are calling me. I told him, yo, chill, ask my guy, let me holla at him. I'm like, why are a bunch of gang members calling about me? They're like, no, it's SZA. They want to do stuff, but hold on, let's talk. So I talked to Wack, and even then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, SZA? Then I go to sleep. Yachty and 50 other niggas hit me. Yo, the boy wants to talk to you. The boy wants to talk to you. Like, what the fuck? I wake up. I'm thinking Drake's going to tell me about some other shit. Drake says to me, yo, Ak, I'm going to keep it a beam with you, bro. He's like, yo, you know I never tell you about your content. I love you. You're my guy, this and third. This is the first on the phone conversation I've ever had with Drake. I promise you. We've talked a lot, but we never talked on the phone. So Drake calls me like 9 a.m. in the morning. He's like, yo, bro, I'm trying to finish this album. I get to find out he was trying to do 2 songs with her on the album. He said, bro, I invited her to the studio. She can't record. She is crying the entire time. I've talked to her. Bro, I don't know what happened. Something happened on your stream. She's bent out of shape, bro. Like, he's like, yo, he's like, I know you because I've watched your content before. I know you have a legit beef with this girl. Bro, could you try to make it right? I'm trying to finish this album. And I ain't gonna lie to you. When I heard I was holding up my favorite artist's album, I, of course, got back on stream and said, I'm sorry. Yo, I said, wait. I
just can't believe that would have such an effect on her. Like, I feel like every girl who has a BBL gets their fucking BBL criticized.
Yo, Drake literally told me she showed up and couldn't record a song. And he said, he's like, yo, bro, she's here and she won't record. She's crying. And I'm like, and I really thought to it. I was like, I know my words cut deep. I didn't know this deep. And I even told Drake, I said, Drake, I really don't give a fuck about that. Like, I just had to show her. And he said, I get it, bro. He's like, yo, so if you're not on it, bro, could you at least like express that and let her know you're not beefing with her like that? And then I got back on my stream and said, yo, SZA, please, it's not that serious, girl. Like, it's cute. You're cute with a BBL or not. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I did that for my favorite artist to get his album out, which was, I think it was For All the Dogs.
Right. Well, I mean, she called you fat, right? I don't really understand how making fun of the BBLs any different, except for the fact that, like, you know, any fat guy could pretty much, like, work out and eat good for, like, a number of months or, like, a year or whatever and be in good shape, whereas, like, the BBL is such a roll of the dice. Like, however it comes out is just, like, going to decide your future in life, and it's totally, not really up to you.
Hey, you know what I've learned throughout this industry, and I feel like I've learned a very important lesson. And I ain't even gonna lie, yo, child, I'll give you the story real quick. I go to my homecoming, I pop out late